We know that every day our team members fulfill our brand promise by caringly being at the side and on the side of our customers, team members, and community.
We want to care for you in the same way by making time for education, reflection, and renewal.
We hope you enjoy this installment of our Employee Wellness Series.
And remember, let's be careful out there.
Hi, I'm Harriet Dickey Chasins, and I work at Raccoon Forks Farms. But I'm not actually here to talk with you about the farms today. I'm going to be talking about one of my very favorite relaxation techniques ever, which is called cleansing breath. And it's a relaxed breathing technique. And in a minute, I will talk about how to do it and show it to you, and then talk about different ways you can use it to take care of yourself and practice good wellness with cleansing breath. So the first thing I want to start with, though, is that I like the name because of the imagery it brings up. Cleansing breath, literally every time we exhale, we're letting go of tension and toxins in our bodies. And so I just really like that imagery. And it's just one of many different kinds of good relaxed breathing techniques out there. Whatever works for you is good, basically. But there's counting systems, there's inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, there's breathing in squares, and that's all good. But I like cleansing breath because it's the very simplest. And so it's the one I always turn to because you don't have to count, you don't have to think about anything. It's just really easy to do, as I'll show you. So when we're tense or anxious, we tend to be breathing rapidly and kind of up high in our chests, trying to activate our bodies to be active. And I think of cleansing breath as the golden key to the exact opposite. It's being in a very relaxed state when we're not trying to fight or flee, and we're able to think calmly and just be in a really good place. And there are just 3 simple steps for doing this. Instead of breathing rapidly and up high in our chests, it's about the first step 1 is taking a really deep breath and filling your lungs all the way down. And if you're maybe a woodwind instrument player or a singer, you might be familiar with this as diaphragmatic breathing. But either way, it's just taking a really deep breath and filling your lungs all the way down. So that's step 1. And then step 2, I call letting the air fall out of your body. That's the best term I can come up from it. I'll show you in a minute, but it's not blowing the air out and it's not letting it ease out of your body. It's just kind of letting it puff out of your body easily. And I'll just show you now. So just like that. So that's the second step. And then step 3, I call sitting with empty lungs. And of course, our lungs are never really empty. But part of cleansing breath is slowing down the rate of breathing. So you take this deep breath, you let the air fall out of your body, and then you just sit for quite a long time, longer than we normally think of, resting peacefully until our bodies say, okay, now it's really time for some more air. So that's sitting with empty lungs. And you certainly don't wait until you're gasping for air and uncomfortable. This is not about that. That would not be very relaxing. But it is waiting a while and slowing down that rate of breathing. So in a minute, I'm going to illustrate this, and I'm going to go through a few cycles, which is going to be really boring for you to watch because I'll just be sitting here with my eyes closed breathing and you'll be watching. But I want you to see what this can look like. Everybody's rate is going to be a little bit different, but I want you to see what this can generally be like. So again, the steps are just to fill up your lungs with air all the way down, let the air fall out of your body, and then sit with empty lungs until you're ready for another breath. So you don't have to close your eyes. I always do. It's entirely up to you. But so I'm going to do what I normally do, and I will be back in just a second. Okay. So that's kind of how I do it. And I feel so much better. I can feel that I slowed down just doing those 3 breaths. So again, deep breath in, filling your lungs all the way down. Let the air fall out of your body. And then sit with empty lungs until your body says, okay, now we're ready for another deep inhale. And that's it. And if you like this, and if you practice it and you do it a few times, it is really easy to overlearn it. And then it just comes to you like that whenever you feel like using it. So a couple of things about this. That's the noisy version of cleansing breath. The quiet version looks like this. And I'm not going to sit with empty lungs, but I would if I were doing this. But basically, all you do is restrict the exhale so that it's silent. So that means you can do this anytime, any place, not disturb anyone, not call any attention to yourself, but give yourself a nice little burst of relaxation. That's an odd way to put it, but a little escape and relaxation, no matter where you are or what you're doing. If you're sitting on a bus, or if you're in a video meeting, or walking through a store, whatever, you can do cleansing breath and feel really good and not have to have anybody else know about it. So there's the noisy version maybe for when you have privacy, and the quiet version for when you're in public. And there's really no reduction in relaxation you can get from using the quiet version. So when might you use this? So there are 3 ways you can use cleansing breath. And the first way is proactively. If you know that you're going to be going into something that's challenging for you or that causes you tension, do some cleansing breath beforehand, which will help you feel better. And also it will take all the energy that would have gone into being tense and wound up and give you that energy back to actually deal with whatever the situation is. So by all means, use cleansing breath proactively. You can also use it reactively. If you find yourself just feeling really tensed up for some reason, maybe it's the end of a long day, or you've just done something difficult and you realize you're not feeling so great and you're tense, do some cleansing breath. It's a really nice, simple way to get yourself feeling better quickly. And this is maybe my favorite way to use cleansing breath of all. Use it just to be nice to yourself. Do it on some regular basis. If you like it, use it on a regular basis during your day, morning, noon, and night, or every day at 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock, or right before you go to bed, or whatever works for you. Just spend, it could be as little as 1 minute. It could be 10 minutes. It's whatever you like. But doing some cleansing breath just to take care of yourself. And my hope is that you'll enjoy that as much as I do.